Hello student of class 11, once again with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss about the friction, and in the previous video we had discussed some points on friction. So in this video we are going to discuss about graph between applied force and force of friction. This is a very important topic. So the graph between applied force and force of friction. So in this we draw graph between applied force we are taking applied force on the x-axis, and on the y-axis we are taking force of friction. So when we observe the force of friction and a body is applied some force, and as the force is given to the body, the friction starts applying, and when you increase the force of application, and in the same way this static friction also increases, because static friction is a self-adjusting force. So after a certain amount of applied force, when the limit of the friction achieved, and after that when you apply small force, the body start to move. So there are two segments: when the body is not started and when the body is started. So when the body is started and when the body is not started, the application of force and friction varies. So how do we make a graph, or how do we calculate, or how do we understand the application of force and the force of friction? So let us see. If you apply force initially on this body, and as you apply some force, the friction started, and as you increase your force, the force of friction also increases in the same rate. So for the certain period of application of force, we see that the graph is a straight line, and after that the maximum static friction achieved, this is called limiting friction, is achieved. And when this static friction, or we can say that maximum static friction or limiting friction is achieved, after that when the body starts to move, the friction reduces and it becomes constant. So there is a value of friction force when the body started, which is known as force of friction, or Fk, and you see that this is a constant value, and this is the limiting force, Fl, means maximum static friction. This is the part OA. If you see this OA, so this is the part when the force of application and the friction increases directly proportional to each other, and this is the maximum. And after that, when the body starts to move, the friction reduces and becomes constant. So the part OA of the graph, OA, represent static friction, OA represents static friction, means Fs, and its value increases linearly with the applied force, Fs. Its value increases on applied force linearly. Now the second, this point A, at point A, what happened? At point A, the static friction decreases slightly, and if you give the name B and C, so the portion BC, portion B C in the curve represent kinetic friction Fk, and at point A the static friction start decreasing, beyond A, at point beyond A, at point beyond A, after A if you see the friction decreases, and at A, I forgot this point, at A the static friction is maximum, and it is known as limiting friction. So limiting friction is nothing. Limiting friction is the maximum static friction. Means this is the value of static friction maximum. After this, if you provide a small amount of force, the body starts to move, and at this point the body is in the state of rest, and this is the maximum value of static friction. Means static friction is self-adjusting friction. When you apply force, the friction force increases, and at certain value, when the body is just to start on the application of force, so before that value is the limiting friction. Means स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन की सबसे ज़्यादा जो वैल्यू है वो लिमिटिंग फ्रिक्शन है. उसके बाद क्या होगा, इसके बाद थोड़े से भी फोर्स से बॉडी के अंदर मूवमेंट शुरू हो जाएगा. तो दिस इज द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. इन दिस सिचुएशन ऑल्सो द बॉडी इज इन द स्टेट ऑफ रेस्ट, एंड इन द स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन ऑल्सो द बॉडी इज इन द स्टेट ऑफ रेस्ट, but this is the maximum value of static friction called limiting friction. After this friction, when this value is achieved, the small amount of force application is needed to make the body move, and when the body starts moving, the kinetic friction arises, and that is less than the limiting friction. So this is all about the graph. What the graph is here. Next, BC is parallel to x-axis, therefore kinetic friction does not change with applied force. Means when you increase the force, that is there is no dependent of the increased force on the kinetic friction. Kinetic friction is constant. It remains constant. Whatever be the applied force. Means kinetic friction arises when the body start moving, static friction arises when the body does not start moving, body in the state of rest, and the maximum value of static friction is known as limiting friction. After limiting friction, the body starts moving, and that is now in the state of kinetic friction. Means the friction which is now it is known as kinetic friction, and before the body is not moving, means in the state of rest, whatever the friction is there, that is known as static friction, and the maximum value of static friction is limiting friction. And after limiting friction, the body starts to move. So this is all about this graph, what we had seen in this graph. This is the straight line OA, which represent as you apply force, the force of friction increases, and linearly, means as you increase the application of force, the force of friction increases till A. So this is a straight line, and after that when you see that the body now starts to moving when on the application of force, means the body start moving. Here it is kinetic friction, and kinetic friction is less than the static friction, or we can say limiting friction. So the maximum value of static friction is limiting friction. So this is the meaning of the graph. How can we represent the graph? This is very important for the boards, for the 11th also, and for your competitions also. So there is a misconception that friction always opposes the motion. So there is no doubt friction always opposes the motion of a moving body, but in so many cases it is also the cause of motion. Means we can say that friction is a cause of motion. Means to move a body, the friction is also help in some cases. Means friction not always opposes the motion, it also helps to make the body in motion. So it is a misconception that friction always opposes the motion. So I say that there is no doubt that friction opposes the motion of a moving body, but in many cases the friction also causes of motion. For example, in moving, a person or vehicle pushes the ground backward. Suppose a person is moving on the ground, this is the ground, and person is moving on the ground. So by his foot he pushed the ground in the backward direction. So this is the action, and friction arises in this direction, the weight of the body here, and since the body is pushed this ground in this direction backward, so if you resolve this into two components, so this is also a action, we can say this is action and this is a reaction. So when the person or vehicle pushes the ground backward, this is known as action, and the surface of ground reacts and exerts the forward force due to friction. This is a forward force, or we can say that is the friction, forward force due to friction, which causes the motion. And if there is no friction, suppose that there is no friction provided between the earth and the feet of the man, so the person will fall down, that is, it is slipping. Means in the absence of friction, body will slip, that is, there is no motion. So friction is a cause of motion in so many examples. If you see in your daily life, in while cycling, it also happened. In cycling, the rear wheel move by the force. When you pedal the cycle, the force given to the rear wheel, जो पिछला पहिया होता है, फोर्स उसको दिया जाता है. मीन्स द रियर व्हील मूव्स बाय द फोर्स ऑफ communicated by pedaling. Means when we pedal the cycle, that force transferred to the rear wheel, and while the front wheel move by itself, जो अगला पहिया है वो अपने आप चलता है, हमारे पैडल से जो फोर्स मिलता है वो पिछले पहिए को जाता है. सो पिछला पहिया जो है पैडल के फोर्स से घूम रहा है और अगला पहिया जो है अपने आप घूम रहा है. So when we pedal the cycle, when the cycle is pedaling, the force exerted by the rear wheel on the ground makes force of friction act on it in the forward direction. Means suppose that this is a wheel, rear wheel, this is a rear front wheel, and this is a cycle, and this is seat, this is handle, this is the handle of cycle, and this is the front wheel, this is the front wheel, this is the rear wheel. So when the cycle is moving on the ground, this is front wheel, this is front wheel. So while pedaling, जब साइकिल को पैडल किया जा रहा है, when the cycle is pedaling, the force exerted by rear wheel on the ground makes a force of friction act on it in the forward direction. force of friction इस तरफ लग रहा होगा जब साइकिल को पैडल किया जा रहा है. and in the forward direction. Front wheel move by itself experiencing a force of friction in backward direction, like rolling a ball. जैसे कोई बॉल रोल कर रही है तो उस पर फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इधर लगेगा. तो दिस इज while pedaling. While pedaling. While pedaling the rear wheel, the friction is in the forward direction, like as we are walking, and front wheel move by itself experiences force of friction in backward direction, as in the case of rolling ball. So if pedaling is stopped, if pedaling is stopped, then what happen? If pedaling is stopped, both wheel move themselves, both wheel will move by themselves, and so experience of force of friction in backward direction. So if the wheel is stopped pedaling, means now the cycle rider is not making the pedal move, is not applying any force on the pedal. In that case, what happened? This is a seat, this is a handle, and there is no pedaling, means no pedaling. There is no pedaling. Then what happened? The force of friction on the both wheel in the same direction. Means if the pedaling is stopped, both wheel move by themselves and so experiences force of friction in backward direction. And if the cycle is pedaling, the rear wheel experiences force in forward direction, and the front wheel, which is moving by itself, it experiences force in the backward direction. So this is a very important question for the competition also. Next, suppose that this is a truck, or this is a vehicle. This is a truck, and this is the rear wheel of the truck. And the truck is moving, and there is a box on this vehicle. The bus is moving in this direction with the acceleration A. So, and the box is kept here of a mass M, and the bus is moving in the forward direction. So there is a acceleration on this block, or we can say the force in backward direction, that is Ma, and the friction will be in this direction, that is mu s mg. Means if a body is placed in a vehicle which is accelerating with the acceleration A, the force of friction in this case, the force of friction is the cause of motion of the body along the vehicle. That is, the body will remain at rest. This body will remain at rest by applying some force of friction. So the body will remain at rest in the accelerating vehicle until ma is less than mu s mg. So if there had no friction, if there is no friction is there between the body and the vehicle, of the body will not move along the vehicle. Means if a body is placed in a vehicle which is accelerating, एक बॉडी जो कि इस व्हीकल पर रखी हुई है और वो व्हीकल एक्सेलरेट कर रहा है विद एक्सेलरेशन ए, द फोर्स ऑफ फ्रिक्शन इज द कॉज ऑफ मोशन ऑफ द बॉडी अलोंग विद द व्हीकल. तो इस व्हीकल पे रखी हुई जो बॉडी है वो व्हीकल के साथ आगे बढ़ रही है. क्यों बढ़ रही है? फ्रिक्शन की वजह से. मीन्स द बॉडी विल रिमेन एट रेस्ट इन द एक्सेलरेटिंग व्हीकल. ये बॉडी इस एक्सेलरेटिंग व्हीकल में तब तक यहाँ पर रुकी रहेगी until ma is less than mu s mg. If there had been no friction, suppose there is no friction between body and the vehicle, the body will not move along with the vehicle. The body will move down and it will be fall down. So from this example it is clear that without friction motion cannot be started, stop or transfer from one body to another. So I write here, it is clear that without friction motion cannot be started, stopped or transferred from one body to another. So it is very clear that friction is also required for the motion of the body. If there is no friction, then motion of the body can also be not achieved. So let us see one question. The question is, there is a block of mass m is equal to 2 kg which is kept on the floor. This is kept on the floor, and the coefficient of static friction, that is mu s, is given. Mu s is 0.4, and if a force applied of 2.5 Newton, 2.5 Newton का अगर force apply करते on the block, so the frictional force between block and the floor will be, what is the frictional force between block and surface. ब्लॉक और सरफेस के बीच में कितना फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स होगा? So the question is 2.5 Newton is applied force, and the mass of the block is 2 kg, and there is a coefficient of friction of between floor and the block is 0.4. So applied force is given. Applied force is given 2.5 Newton. Limiting friction. What is limiting friction? Limiting means maximum value of static friction, that is called limiting friction. Limiting friction, that is mu s mg. So what is mu s? 0.4, and what is m? M is 2, and what is g is 9.8. When you solve this, you will get 7.84 Newton. So this is the limiting friction value. So as the applied force is less than limiting friction, the applied force is 2.5 and the limiting friction is 7.84. So the applied force is less than limiting friction. So for this condition, the static friction will work only. And what is the static friction? That is same the force of friction. So static friction on the body is equal to applied force, that is 2.5 Newton. This is the static friction on the body. Means there is nothing to relate with limiting friction. Limiting friction is 7.84, but the body is applied by 2.5 Newton, and the applied force is less than limiting friction. Applied force is less than limiting friction. So what happened in this case? When the applied force is less than limiting friction, so for the given condition, only the static friction will work, and the value of static friction is the same as the applied force. So the friction value is 2.5 Newton. So this is all about today's video. In this video, what we had discussed about the force of friction and applied force graph, and we see that what is the application of friction in the daily life, how we see that the friction is also required for the motion, and we have seen two numericals also on the basis of the friction. So try these numericals, try the concept, whatever we are discussing in this video, and if you have any problem, you can call me on my number. Till then, thank you, have a nice day.